Mano ụtụtụ ọma na ndị Igbo na m ekene unu ekene nwoke ekene nwaanyị nke bụ eziokwu bụ na enwere so many informations about ordinary, and as more as we wake up every day I na-enweta so many informations. People na-eme research work, people na-agagharị na-ajụcha ndị okenye ụmụ ajụjụ agasị ka anyị ghọtacha onwe anyị maka ndị Igbo hapụkwa anyị dịkwa ka ndị na-efu efu. But on the very important that we ask all those questions from our elders and to understand. But the truth not there, buna ndị okenye bikono unu na-achọ ikuzi ha na-ejunu na ikuzi unu mara kunu ga-esi wee na-ede so ọnụ nwaanyị bụkwa mmadụ. You get? A woman is a human being, and we human beings, we are very emotional. And we're emotions. We have our mindset. We have how we see things and how we understand things. So, problem that we have in the Igbo spiritual system is that people just make statements without trying to give logical explanations or just give explanations why such a thing is being practiced or why such a thing is being done in that particular way. Like this video of Adandibo and this elderly man, you know, ebona akuzi ihe nwaanyị ademe n'ọdịnala ihe nwoke ademe n'ọdịnala. But the truth not there bụ na enwere ihe nwoke na-eme nwe ihe nwaanyị na-eme. Mistake anyị na-emezi today is that everybody wants to, you know, mash up all those roles. You get roles or things that are meant for men, women now want to do, and things that are meant for women, men now want to do. But in the ancient time, our ancestors had a way to divide those gender roles. Now everybody is doing things based on how they do it. And now some of the cultural practices we have were done because of a specific reason. Now, those specific reasons, if you don't try to explain those reasons to people, then people will never fully understand it. Personally, to me, you cannot tell me don't do this without trying to explain the reason why you're telling me to not do it. It will not make sense to me. And it even trickles down to how we raise children. We beat children, not that we're abusing them, but you know, I say to correct them. But we cannot do those things if we don't first of all explain the reasons why they should not do those things. Because to them, it doesn't make sense. So to children, you have to be able to first of all explain the reasons. Don't break these things. Why I tell that child not to break these things? Don't go there. Why? So we should, you know, move towards people explaining these things more than just telling, it's an abomination. Don't do this. Guinea. Because people are now trying to be logical. People are trying to be more rational. And people want to get, you know, work with facts. Because when you bring a verified fact why somebody should not do a certain thing, then the person has enough reasons. Now, in my work, I'm trying to basically understand the reasons why we don't do certain things or why women are not meant to do some certain things. Now, let's talk about this whole Wanye Kanzu. Like my father said here, Wanye Kanzu. Why? What is the reasons why a woman would not draw a nzu on the floor? Why? Now, the first reason, because I am a researcher, I try to ask this question. I ask why, not even basically why, not even what would women not do. And when you see, the funny thing there is that when you get all this kind of people just basically carry all those information without not even trying to understand. They don't even ask the right questions. And I would like Ada, because I enjoy your content, so I would like it that you ask them the reasons why. We need to understand why. We should stop being speculative. We should stop using assumptions to basically decide all those things, or just, you know, clump it up to that's how they lived. Therefore, we should now live that way. No, our reality and the reality of our ancestors back in the day is not the same thing. And no matter how we try to frame it, women are becoming more daring because we now have options. Women are no longer being meek and timid, especially when they know that they cannot necessarily be able to like financially provide for themselves. Women are now becoming more daring, you know, entering into fields that even men dread. So all of us, we are just basically trying to survive and basically share this earth together. So it is going to be good if we begin to basically relate with one another on a more respectable way, in a more how would I put it? Do with respect, and we also do them by being logical. So one ekanzu. Now ekanzu, there are different ways to use unzu, emanzu, ekanzu, etunzu. 3 processes. Now ekanzu is the process when we draw the nzu on the floor in 1, 2, 3, 4, and men will limit. Now working kanzu, you have your own limit, as your limit is 4. If you now perform your erago, you will now add 1. As you grow, the more you grow in your physical and spiritual life, you add extra lines of the white chalk. Now for women, what we do is ema nzu or eto nzu. Ema nzu or eto nzu. Now the reasons why Igbo women don't perform ekanzu is because asege na nwanyi enwero ajali. Because as a woman, because our culture is structured in a way that after marriage you move to your husband, you move into your husband's family home. That means you're moving with your own ezumezu into that your husband's home. So asege na nwanyi that cancel because we don't have any permanent residential address as women, because we marry and we move into the homes of our spouse and our fiancés and our husbands. So that one is there. And the second one, emoji. What does the oji represent? Oji represents ihe mmụọ ji apụ ọgụ, ihe mmụọ ji eje ije, ihe mmụọ na-abụ ọ bụ awa ha analụ mmụọ ji eji oji ahụ wee kpọnie mmụọ. Now, it also falls in line with the reasons why they tell you that nwanyada ewere aka tinye n'efele oji alose, because a woman on its own no de ka alose. So if you go to Okwalose, the plate that they used to serve a deity, kola nut, will not be the same plate the woman will chook hand and collect. The man can do it. Now the man collects the kola nut and gives it. The same way, ebe nwanyi bebe mmakwa oji eji akponi alose, oji eji akponi mmụọ. The only place onwe ike ime bụ nwanyi nwere iru mmụọ, ihu, onwe ka ọ bụrụ onye dọtara alose na be ya, onwe ka ọ bụrụ onye rụrụ agwụ, onwe ka ọ bụrụ onye nwere iru mmụọ. Na even a woman nwere iru mmụọ, ọ nọ n'iru mmụọ ya, ọ ya aka nwuru ya nzu ahụ, because no nyane is her personal space. Even kola nut, she can do it in her personal space, even if a man is there. Her plates, care on their own. And it has nothing to do with the mindset that that our society is too patriarchal, and us being too patriarchal means that that's not true. Now the next one, what is the masquerade cult is for us. Now the masquerade, because that place is just like a secret society where they also share some secrets, and those secrets somebody from a foreign community, and the woman will start telling the husband her family secrets, her community secrets. So how they do it is, when a woman gets to a certain age when she can no longer menstruate, she can be able to join some of these masquerade activities. Now the next one is nwanyi riji. Nwanyi riji, asike na nwanyi ade riji. Why? Maka ụmụ nwanyi na-eme emume nke anyị bụ ime ife ede. So why would we abandon the one that is our own, our ede, our ede? Why would we leave our own and now go and start, struggling positions with men? So all of us, we need to promote our own things that suit into us, things that identify with us. Now, spiritually, the yam is perceived as a masculine energy, as a masculine thing. Hence, why it is usually attributed to men. Why the cocoyam is a feminine, is regarded as the feminine, the mele, just like the woman's body. That's what the cocoyam does. And you hardly, sometimes you see, you don't see elderly men eating cocoyam. One after sometimes they tilt towards the yam, while women will tilt towards the cocoyam. So these are the things that we should basically bear them in mind and give them suitable explanations. Now, the recent connotation of Ezenwany, I think what they were called back in the day is Ndi Ohumiri or Ohumiri. I think the people that serve the water, not slave, people that serve the water. Ndi Ohumiri. Now, the whole recent connotation of Ezenwany, it's more like a language or a dialectical issue, or a language issue. Now, the thing there is that cultural diffusion, things change over time. People adopt, people let go. That's the natural process. That's evolution. That's change happening at that level. So the adoption of Ezenwany by Omunwany Nemife Ndemiri, it is not necessarily bad. I think it's an ego problem for some people. They man na fe onekozi Ezenwany, onekozi, all those things. Or to some people, or a problem, or a problem, because it's just a language adaptation. Or a language adaptation. Now, sometimes let's also look at things from a different perspective. Now, these women why are they still thriving in their various areas of specialization? These women that answer Ezenwany, if what they are doing is that bad, why is it that people go to them, they work for them, and the work pulls through? Now, if you have any alternative explanations, I would like to also learn from you. But we need to consider these things. It's all a language thing, and believe it or not, it was bound to happen. It is bound to happen. It's supposed to happen that way. And now I understand that it's an aftermath of the war, because during the war, so many communities lost their ancestral shrines, so many people lost a lot of things. Now, things that held an Igbo together were broken. Even like the war contributed, and we lost. Even one of the seminars I attended, he said that the adoption of Odom, the lion, as the Igbo totem is an aftermath of the war. Because originally, the Igbo totem, animal totem, is the leopard, Ago. I made a post one time when I said something about Ago. The Ago being the leopard, which becomes our Igbo animal totem, and people were like not having it. Giniko, why should you? It is the lion. No, the lion does not suit into the Igbo worldview. The characteristics of the lion, Osoro, it is not. So it can never be. It is the Osoro. It can never be. It is the leopard, Ago. So it's a dialectical thing, and we need to understand cultural diffusion. People will adopt, people will let go, or some things will diffuse. So as I've said, it is a pride. Some people think no. And one reason why I think people are now doing so many things is because we lack the primary understanding of why things are the way they are. When you explain to people and you give them good reasons, and the fact that everybody has, is as if everybody has a bone to pick with women, especially in the Ezenwany. You keep hammering something down. You're not trying to create awareness. People will do it nonetheless. Because when you tell somebody don't do this thing, we are human beings. So it's not a situation of where, oh, these women are now overdoing it. They are not. No, this is how things were supposed to be. You just have to let things flow the natural way. And things flowing the natural way is by us trying to first of all say, okay, because we've lost all those things, this is the reason why it is this way. This is the reasons why you should do it this way. And by doing it that way, we are now making more sense, and people can now basically form healthy and wholesome resolutions towards these things. So let us not look at these things and say, oh, only one remember. No, they don't do that. They don't maltreat women. It's just like okay, everything was done for a reason. So we can actually work towards being more humane, trying to basically explain these things with love, with respect, which is the most important thing. Respect. We need to start respecting ourselves, the way we phrase some of these statements, the way we put it, the way we put our expression. We should not do it with so much disdain. This is how we should basically go about it. So I'm going to stop here, and until next time, like I say, thank you.